NFT, you can look at it as a unique asset on the blockchain, as the example given between non-fungible token and fungible token. You can also look at it as if it is a certifications or certificate of an existence. It's just like your passport is representing you. And it's also an authenticated asset, because when you want to create your NFT, you have to have an account on the blockchain, whichever blockchain you are using. And when you are creating the non-fungible token, you need to sign by your account. So in this way, it's kind of like answering to the issues Sandeep brought up just now. This is the way you can authenticate who is the creator. Now, this doesn't stop anybody who steal your artwork and mint another NFT exactly the same, whether on the same blockchain or on a different blockchain. It only be able to certify or authenticate that you, now this creator of this artwork, create an NFT on this blockchain. Now, how you are going to authenticate that like you are the rightful owners or creator of this artwork, we'll talk about it later on as well. All right.
Yeah, understood now.
Sorry?
I got the answer for my question.
All right. As of now, just remember that with this, you'll be able to authenticate that you are the person who create this NFT. Now, because of the blockchain that it uses, it gives an instant transferability of the ownership, as you can transfer the ownership of the NFT to the other person right away, and the person can transfer the cryptocurrency to pay for the NFT automatically. What it means is like, we do not need to have the third party now to be the mediator to make sure that I send you the NFT and you send me the cryptocurrency. All these things can be done simultaneously as long as we both sign and agree on this transaction, just like we sign on a contract. Because of the blockchain technology, we now do not need the intermediary. And this is why the transactions can be instant. And because blockchain records everything, it is traceable. You know that who created, who is the first buyer, who is the second buyer, and when the transactions happen. So in a nutshell, just remember it, UCATT, to remember what is the characteristic of the NFT. Just want to share with you some of the famous NFT out there. Some of it you may have heard of it. Now first, Charlie Bit My Finger. So NFT is not only for digital art, it can use for video as well. This video have viewed more than 1 billion of time, and someone paid the owner created this as an NFT and is sold. And then this clip has been taken down from YouTube since it's initially put on the YouTube. The second one is this CryptoPunk. It sold for more than 1 million. And it is one of the very first applications of NFT, non-fungible token, even before the ERC 721 started. Now, in case you wonder what is ERC 27, it is a standard on Ethereum how an NFT should be created. Now, think of it like your standard of creating a passport. It must have a certain pages. It must have your name, where you stay, your state. All those information are standardized, and it's on which page it is printed. Because if all these things are not standardized, it's very difficult for people to verify that if all the information is here is authenticated. Imagine that you get a passport, some is printed, the information is printed in the middle of the passport, some is printed at the back, and some have a smaller font and some has a bigger font. It's very difficult, to regulate it. So ERC 721 as the standard is on Ethereum, and this is done even before the standard is being created, and now it follows the standard as well. The next one, the first tweet by Jack Dorsey, and this is sold as an NFT, and the buyer is Malaysian based. It sold for 2.9 million, the value of Ethereum at that point of time. So you see, it doesn't even have to be an art or anything. It's just the tweet of the founder. CryptoKitty is one of the game, it's quite a popular game in Ethereum as well. It was so popular that it's almost put at hold to the Ethereum network somewhere in 2017. And Red Hongi, our homegrown artist, she sold her plate for this meme bank that you can print a meme note out of it. So this is a physical artwork, it's a real plate. See, it doesn't have to be digital, it can be applied to physical work as well. And movie or shots or GIF, like NBA Top Shots. And also this neon cat, I'm not sure whether you have seen it before or not. This is done by someone to create this as a kind of selling for a charity. And it has got so popular, and this NFT also sold over a million. So you can see this is some of the example of famous NFT out there. Can copyright of some product turn into an NFT? Now, NFT, when you create an NFT, it doesn't mean that you are given up your copyright when you sell this NFT. It all depends what comes with this NFT. So this NFT, you can just sell it, just the NFT, nothing else. So the person basically just owns a code of your NFT. Some would say that, okay, I will, with this NFT, you have the right to distribute the derivatives of this artwork. Some might say that like you have the display right for this artwork. For example, Red Hongi dollar plate just now, her NFT actually come with the actual product. It means that like the person is going to get the plate, the money plate. So it depends that I know what you are selling together with this NFT. You might still need a contract drafted up by the lawyer to go with it if you want to protect yourself. So, or if you are minting it from the platform, one of the platforms, we're going to talk about it, please read the terms and conditions carefully. All right, so from the example you seen just now, are NFT only for digital art? No, right? Okay. So you can use it for representing diploma, property deeds, invitations, gaming items, estates, and many more. Just give you some example. HRDF certifications. Now, those of you who are from Malaysia, you would know that HRDF, or now called the HRDC, is an organization that certifies trainers who can provide trainings to companies in Malaysia. And I'm also one of those certified trainers. And they do put our certifications on the Ethereum blockchain. If you look at it here, it have the contract address, it have the certification transaction hash. What is that, right? No problem, we're going to talk about it later as well. So this is one of the examples that are using the NFT representing the certificates or diploma. Next one, the property deeds. Now, there is one of this TechCrunch founder sold one of his apartment in Kyiv as an NFT. Now, I can't find more information about how to deal with the legality of transferring the ownership of this property in real life. There could be just selling it for the cryptocurrency, and the NFT just the representations of the transfer of the ownership. Most likely, they will still have to have, the signing of the SPA, transfer of the deeds in the actual system. Now, but just think about it. If one day the government just want to put all your property deeds on the blockchain, buying and selling property can be really at just, because whether I am the rightful owner of a property, you can just go onto the blockchain, just click a few buttons, and you got the information to prove that I'm the rightful owner. And you can just click a few buttons to transfer the cryptocurrency to buy it from me. It could use as an invitation as well. Recently, this Malaysian NFT organization do drop a few NFT, the 31 pink personality NFT for this breast cancer awareness. So whoever bought this NFT is also got the invitations into the community for future activities or anything. So this can also act as an invitations to an event or a community or a membership. And as a gaming item, a blockchain play to earn has been quite popular recently, especially in 2020 when the pandemic hit and most of the people have to stay at home and lost their job. The Philippines, the people from the Philippines some of them actually playing this game for Axie Infinities and earn and put food on the table. And also in many other blockchain games, NFT can be used, for example, to represent the weapons or the gadgets or the power they gain in the games, and they can just sell the NFT to another player. So this is one of the use case for NFT in blockchain games. And it also can use as, for example, if I create 100 or 1,000 of NFT and I sell it off and saying by using whatever I gain from this sales, I'm going to start another project doing for example, probably building a building, and after that everybody who hold the NFT would get a share of the profit. So it almost something like a share, but this is a little bit in some country might be a bit controversial because it's a bit like a security. So if people are using it in this way, it's better to check with the rules and regulations or the law enacted in your country. So these are just a few examples of how you can use the NFT. So looking at all this, for creators, an NFT can be another channel for your fans to support you. Sometimes, right, your fans just want to support you by buying your art or anything, but it's just not so accessible to do so, because it says you're creating a very big art, but not everybody would be able to have the place to house that piece of work. So selling it as an NFT is another way for the fans to support you as well. It's another way, options of crowdfunding, for example, just like what I said just now. And coming back to artist example, I want to do an installation and the installation is huge. I want to get some funds. Other than going to the sponsor, I probably can just create an NFT and sell it with the funds. I can go ahead and do the installation. Tickets to the event. Recently, there are Travis Scott have a concert in Fortnite in the metaverse, doing all having his concert over there. So an NFT can also be a ticket. If I buy this NFT, it's a ticket to going to this concert, for example. You can use it that way as well, or you can sell it as something like with a limited edition, just like you create your art with 100 pieces and that's it. So every piece is numbered, you have the number 1, and I probably own the number 8 of that piece. Louis Vuitton also have their games within the game that is the limited NFT in the game that people can go and find. So it's called Louis the Game. So you can see that there's many ways in using NFT, and every day there are people coming up with new ideas.